When you have goals and when you have dreams, you have to plan them out and you have to go forward all the time. And that's kind of a difficult thing to do because there's a lot of things that are aside from just being cut, but there are a lot of people who weren't in your corner or say, he wasn't good enough. But you have to believe in yourself. You know, you have to have total belief in yourself and keep moving forward.
But it's only one when it feels like all is falling. How do I reach out when I feel I'm all alone? When I feel all alone. How do I move on when you're the one I put my trust in? All you require me is only just believe, just believe, just believe. I'm covered by your grace again, all washed up and cleansed from sin. No longer will the devil win. You've gave me victory.
Welcome to the Art of Rebounding, where setbacks become setups and your bounce back is your breakthrough. I'm your host, Harold Lefty Williams, former pro athlete, motivator, author, entrepreneur, believer in second chances. And this is a very special episode because you get an opportunity to hear from two phenomenal rebounders who did this thing for real. I mean, for real. And today's guest, he is a NBA player. He is a former teammate, world famous Harlem Globetrotters. He is a phenomenal rebounder. All right. Welcome to the show, Mr. Lionel Garrett.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you.
Glad we're able to do this. I'm excited. I get excited about this because, first of all, I didn't get a chance to tell my audience that this isn't just a regular podcast. This is your opportunity to bounce back with purpose. All right. And this is what we're getting ready to do. Right. But I get the opportunity to talk to somebody who really was a rebounder. First of all, drafted by the Clippers.
Yes.
Harlem Globetrotter, entrepreneur. You got some training things going on.
Right.
Before we get to all of that, let's talk about how you were able to do what you were able to do. I believe you led the country in rebounding.
Yeah, in fact, I did.
Can we bring that mic a little close to you? Yeah, just swing it to you. There you go.
Yeah. Is that better?
Nah, that's perfect.
Okay, good. I led the nation in rebounding in '79 in NCAA Division I, and that was all by design. It was all on purpose.
Now that's good. So I wanted to set that up because we know what it's like when we talk about positioning,
right?
Like what's in my book,
right.
When we talking about persistence,
yeah.
Because I'm sure you had some dogs on you who maybe were a little bit wider and stronger, and you got to hold them back, and you got to, it takes a lot of dedication and commitment to go after that because your team is relying on you to get them that possession.
That's right.
That works in life as well. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Right. Just like my family is relying on me
to
get us in different positions that we need to get into. And rebounding was just the same way with life. There's a direct correlation between the two. So, I had goals. You set the goals, and I was very serious about achieving my goals. And so I practiced hard. I went to work good and hard, and it was just in my mind. I wasn't just out there, just the ball bounced to me. I had to position myself. Yeah.
So talk to us about what was it like. We had talked a little bit off camera about coming into, the Clippers organization and then being let go, but how things kind of worked out for you. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, I was very excited to be drafted by the San Diego Clippers. So I was just hyped. I was ready to go. At that time, that's when Bill Walton, as I mentioned to you before, was a player there. So I was even more excited about being able to be his teammate. And so I was the last player standing from the draft picks and the free agents, signed my contract and was ready to go. But at the time, because of injury, the coach decided that he wanted to trade some guys in. And so that put me in a position where I was the one that was left out. So when that story was told to me by that coach at that time, I said, well, Coach, what do I need to do in order to make this transition? And he just looked at me and said, Lionel, don't worry about anything. You have a job. I'm like, well, okay, but it's not here,
right.
And he said, well, so I said, okay, well, I'll just talk to my agent, and my agent explains to me it's with the Globetrotters. So I'm like, the Globetrotters. I don't know anything about spinning a ball in my head or anything like that. I'm a rebounder, you know. And he's like, well, they want you to come and rebound for them, and they're going to match the contract that you had.
Wait a second, what?
Yeah, that's what they did. And so that's what convinced me.
Absolutely.
I said,
it convinced me. You about to match this Clipper contract?
Yeah.
Sign me up.
yeah. But you have to remember, or maybe you don't know, but the standard NBA contract
was different. It was different. Yeah, it was different. I remember Charles Barkley talking about his first contract with the Sixers.
Yeah. So back in '79, though, it was different. Than it is now by far. You know, now it's $1 million. You know, for just the standard NBA contract. So, but those are the doors that became open from players such as myself that came out of HBCUs to make that move. So I tell my
shout out to Southern University. That's where you
Southern
played.
University. That's right. That's right. So yeah, I mean, you know, at that time it was good. It was good money, and so I said, okay, I'll try it. You know. Even though I don't know anything about spinning the ball in my head. So, you know, after that first year, though, the beauty of it is that I began to learn about the Globetrotters and the history of the Globetrotters. And so at that point, I became a lifetime lover, and I enjoyed that period of time that I worked with them.
You played with two of my favorite people.
Yeah.
You played with Curly Neal.
Sure did.
God rest his soul. You played
One
with
of
Curly
my
Neal.
favorite people.
Yeah. Beautiful smile, beautiful heart.
Yeah.
You also played with one of the funniest people on the planet, on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
You played with Geese.
Yeah. Geese is a beautiful person.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, you know,
shout out to Geese.
You know how the road is. We on the road, you know, playing from city to city all over the world. And Geese would get on that bus and open up his Bible and quietly just read. And then at the end of that day, that night, when it's showtime, it was showtime.
Showtime.
I didn't understand how he used to do that, but that was the part of the art of the beauty of being with the Globetrotters is how we got into our roles.
Right. Now, before we switch gears, let's take this time to talk to someone. Someone's sitting in the car, stuck in traffic, or maybe headed home from work or headed to work, and they're listening to this podcast. They may be sitting on the couch and they're watching this podcast, and they're saying, man, this guy led the nation in rebounding, got drafted, signed his NBA contract, then was let go. And look, you know, well, that's him. He's an athlete. It's different for athletes. This is your camera right here. What could you say to them to motivate them and encourage them and get them to keep going?
That's the key word. You have to keep going. You have to, no matter what. When you have goals and when you have dreams, you have to plan them out and you have to go forward all the time. And that's kind of a difficult thing to do because there's a lot of things that are aside from just being cut, but there are a lot of people who weren't in your corner or say, he wasn't good enough. But you have to believe in yourself. You know, you have to have total belief in yourself and keep moving forward. That part.
And so I want you to just hold on, right? I remember when I was a kid and my pastor at the time, he'd say, how you doing? Right. And I'd say, I'm hanging in there. And he'd say to me, son, people who hang tend to fall. He said, hold on. And so I encourage each and every one of you out there to reach up and hold on. Just hold on to whatever it is that you have left. Because here's the thing. You never know when the tide is going to turn. Right. In my book, I talk about the 3 Ds. It takes three Ds to just change your life. So in rebounding, we want to go after, we want to chin it. We want to keep it high so those little guards not smacking it out of our hands. And then we want to outlet it to start the break so we can get down and get easy buckets in transition. Before the defense set up, we want to score the easiest way possible.
Exactly.
Right? A la Showtime era, right?
Yep.
And so here, the 3 Ds can help you do that. It takes one day, one door, and one decision to change your life. Yeah. Because the rain can't last always.
Right.
The sun eventually has to shine. Right? You know the song, the sun will come out tomorrow. Right? The sun has to shine. Yes, so we just need one day.
That's right.
One day. The wine is you say tomorrow. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, we need one day. Right. We need one door, which means I'm not looking at the person to the left of me, to the right of me. I'm not looking at the person in front of me, the person behind me. I'm running my race.
That's right.
With horse blinders on,
Yeah.
I'm running my race, right? Because I don't need your door. I need my door.
That's right.
If we had keys on this table right now, I wouldn't take your key to get to my car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'd grab my key.
Right.
So we need one day.
Right.
We need one door. And then most of all, bro, get all these people out your ears.
That's right.
So you can make the decision.
That's right. That's
One day,
right.
one door, one decision. One day, one door, one decision. It'll change your life, and it's changed your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And you keep evolving. So you're a player, all right, and a national player. Now, businessman, you're helping train people. Talk to us about your business and your take on rebounding, because you're doing what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm doing it in the podcast world. You're actually doing this, but you're doing it with the players on the court.
Right. Yes.
Talk to us a little bit
Indeed.
about that.
And I've been very blessed with some of the players that I've been able to work with, and that has changed my life, because the players that I work with, they teach me. They make me better.
Got it.
And it's the same principles that I use as a player and a rebounder. Goals, always goals, practice, fundamental practice, always moving forward and always maintaining the right mentality, doing all the right things as a young person growing up. That's like one of my main things is our character, because I always had good character. So I kind of mimicked the things that were important to me as I grew up. And so because I was a rebounder, though, it's such a correlation with life, is that you take life principles and you put it in. That enabled me to have the mentality to become a coach.
Right.
And so you're studying the game. I just became like a student of the game, which made me a student of life.
And you were a champion. I mean, you've won championships with coaching. And so, I mean, you have the recipe to help somebody bounce back.
Absolutely.
Bounce back.
Yeah. And it's always about the bounce back, because you're going to lose one game, and what you're going to do the next game. You got to bounce back. You got to get in the gym, work hard, correct the things that you may have failed in that last game, in that last situation. So the bounce back is what it's all about. Yeah.
No, that's good. That's real good. So what do you see yourself the next 5 years with what it is that you're doing with your players?
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, I'm in the wind down of it. Although I have great relationships, I just saw some of the people just today. I was so happy to see him, Jamario Moon.
I was happy to see him.
Yeah, I coached him.
What? I didn't know that.
I developed him.
Okay. Yeah. So
I was so happy to see him.
So those of you who don't know, Jamario Moon was a Globetrotter. And he also played in the NBA with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah. Played with Cleveland, Toronto.
Toronto as well, yep.
Several different places. But when I got him, he wasn't the Jamario that we know now. Yeah. But he was raw, and he just needed work. And that's how he came to the team that I was coaching with. And we went to work, and we're best friends for the rest of life. I have several of my players that
like
way.
That.
So I developed strong relationships with them. So in 5 years, I just see doing whatever they need me to do next, to help them continue to achieve their goals.
No, that's good. That's one thing I would ask you now is we have a segment where there's like your top 5 best players of all time. Although this is not technically a sports podcast. Right. You and I did play sports. I played sports. So it's from time to time you will come up with that type of a segment, to give some of the fans want to hear some of the take from the guys who really did it.
Yeah.
Listen, I have a new book and a new hot honey out. The Art of Rebounding. It's about persistence, positioning, and purpose. It's going to help you rise, rebuild your next legacy. Your story not over. That was just one chapter. I also have this honeybee hotness with an amazing collab with Creatify Kiln and Kitchen. It's organic. I'll say that again. It's organic, and it's super duper 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 tasty. You can go to honeybeehotness.com for this today. And if you want to get this amazing book, it's in stores everywhere. Did I say everywhere? I'll say it again. Everywhere. Thank you for listening to The Art of Rebounding. Now back to the show. But you don't have to name your top 5. You can name your top 5 most influential people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the floor is yours.
Yeah.
Your top 5, be it players or people or a mixture of both.
Yeah, it's a mixture of both, I would say. But my number one person that was most influential on me, you won't even believe it, being a rebounder, was Walt Frazier.
Walt, wow, awesome.
Yeah,
I love Walt.
Yeah, he was so smooth. You know, he took life very serious. You could tell that he worked hard all the time. And I grew up watching him.
Okay.
And then next thing I know, I kind of took some of the things that I saw him do without even thinking about it. I realized I became like him. That's why my nickname as a player, as the Globetrotter, is Dr. Smooth.
Dr. Smooth.
I had to remind you of that.
Yeah. Dr. Smooth.
Yeah, Dr. Smooth was my Globetrotter.
So when the ladies
nickname.
think you joking, say, no, you better ask my teammates.
That's right.
That's my coach. That's what they call me. That's my name.
It was because I worked so hard that the things that
I'm just saying.
Game was over. I got 30 rebounds. Like, well, how you do that?
Yeah.
Because it was quiet. I just get them, So Walt Frazier was very influential.
Gotcha.
For me. And bigs like Bob Lanier.
Bob Lanier.
Yeah, just a super good man. I've had the privilege of working with him on several different occasions. Some of my Globetrotter teammates, like Geese Osby, because of his commitment. He's a very committed person to everything that he was doing. Very committed. My mother, Helen Jean Garrett, she told me a long time ago, that, hey, you can be whatever you want to be. And that put that in my head, and I believed her, and I became whatever I wanted to be.
That part.
Yeah. And, of course, my father. My parents are the most influential.
Gotta shout out mom and pop for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Listen, God, I always say this, and I never get tired of saying it, and it's God to change the plans for you.
Yeah.
No matter where you think you are.
Yes.
Yeah, no matter where you think you are in life, God just, okay, let me move you to the front of the line. I've seen him do it in my life.
That's right, yeah.
I'm sure you've seen him do it in your life.
Yes.
And that's what bouncing back is all about. For me, bouncing back has nothing to do with the shape of a man, of a woman, but what's on the inside of a man or woman.
Yes.
Because the facts are simple. What softens the potato hardens the egg.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's what you have left on the inside of you.
Yeah.
And if you can hold on to that, then you can do some really great things and get to places that your mind wouldn't even imagine. I never thought that I'd travel to 36 countries.
Oh, yeah.
Never thought that I'd travel to, all 50 states, 8 provinces of Canada.
Yeah.
I never thought that I'd meet special, dignitaries and things like that. But God, and so I'm super duper grateful and excited to be able to be sitting here to tell anyone and everyone who's listening and watching that it's possible. And, if you stay faithful, he'll stay faithful.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you for joining me on the show.
I appreciate
Thank you so much for coming. This is pretty cool. Two amazing rebounders.
Yeah. I think I was better than you, though.
Well, you led the nation in rebounding. You might have been better than me in rebounding, but I was a hell of a scorer. You know what I mean?
We didn't talk about that part.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyway.
We ain't talking about that part. But no, I mean, listen, for real, like for you to do something like that, I don't think people realize what has to go into it, right? I consider myself a good rebounder, and my coaches will probably say I was a great rebounder. Yeah. But when I started to listen to the breakdown of Dennis Rodman and what Dennis Rodman, his mindset was, and going to the rebound and studying, to the point where he got it down to if it's spent a certain way, he knew which way.
Absolutely.
That was just...
That's how I looked at it. And
you know what I mean?
And I played well before Dennis did.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's what you have to do. Yeah. I mean, I would study my teammates, the shot, where they would shoot most of the time. What area that it would probably a miss would kind of, like my point guard, he always shooting up at the top and the ball's going to bounce back toward him. So what I would do is I would start leaning in that direction. And my theory was that anything that's in this reach, for me, it's mine.
It's mine.
And that's how
that
you
part.
average 16 of them
on
purpose.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's by design.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like life is designed.
Yeah, life design. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you. Listen, that's it for today's episode of The Art of Rebounding. Listen, the fall is not what defines you, but it's how you rise that writes your story. Whether you bouncing back from the last chapter in your life or headed towards this next blessing that's making its way towards you, none of those things. It's not what defines you. It's what happens to you is not what defies you. You know, you just got to get back up. If you can look up, as Les Brown would say, if you can look up, you can get up, right? That's right? And so until next time, I want you to keep on pushing, keep on fighting, keep on pushing with purpose, in purpose, for purpose, okay? Your rebound is not just coming, it's already in motion. Follow me on social media on all platforms at The Art of Rebounding. And you can follow my personal page at Lefty Williams 42. Give them your social media handle?
I'm on Facebook, just my name, Lionel Garrett. You just Google that, and then you'll find me. And then you can also find my website at reboundoctor.net.
Reboundoctor.net. There you have it. Listen, that's all the time I have. Always remember, dare to dream.